So as we covered here on the channel just a couple of days ago, Troy Aikman and Joe Buck were busted on hot mic, disrespecting the military, talking about the flyover and how it's a waste of money and how under a Harris-Biden campaign, notice he put Harris first, under a Harris-Biden campaign or an administration, that wouldn't happen, partner. And obviously the internet did not like what was said. The NFL and football in general has a pretty strong conservative following, and when they hear the military being disrespected like that in such a passive-aggressive way, they're obviously going to respond. Well, Troy Aikman has attempted to give clarification to the situation, and it has completely backfired on him. He has been ratioed completely. Let's take a look at his response to what was said. It says, I love a flyover, but it was odd to see one over a mostly empty stadium, but I am an unwavering patriot that loves this country, has always respected our flag, supported the men and women in the armed forces, as well as those in uniform who serve and protect, and for anyone to suggest, and he had a follow-up, for anyone to suggest otherwise doesn't know me, my beliefs, or what I have stood for my entire life. And if you look at the tweet here, you've got 12,000 favorites and almost 18,000 comments. So he has been absolutely ratioed. Even his tweet that he made prior to this incident happening got ratioed. And it's just hilarious to watch it all play out. The lack of self-awareness for people like this, it's very strange because they live in such a weird bubble. Troy Aikman is a former, great quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Notice I didn't say all-time great because I don't think Troy Aikman was an all-time great. I think he was on an all-time great team. I think he benefited from an all-time great cast. But if you look at his statistics, they're nothing that would suggest he's one of the elite all-time great quarterbacks. A great quarterback. He did a good job for, where he was at, but he didn't carry that team. That team carried him. But the lack of self-awareness on Troy Aikman's part is laughable at best. And we'll see how this all plays out. Obviously, there's a lot of backlash. And as I said in my video, if Troy Aikman would have been caught on a hot mic saying something about BLM or Antifa, then oh man, Fox Sports would have jumped in. They would have had a lot to say about it, probably would have suspended him. He probably would have had to apologize. He probably would have had to donate to all types of charities and just apologize consistently over and over again until the end of time. But because he's disrespecting something that falls in line with conservative values, suddenly it's not a big deal. Nobody cares. Now, again, as I always clarify, do his comments upset me in isolation? No, I don't care what Troy Aikman thinks. It doesn't matter to me. I assume that almost everyone in the NFL believes the type of shit that Troy Aikman says. It really doesn't bother me. I don't care about individual opinions. What I care about is the hypocrisy that the individual opinions that Troy Aikman and others share, they can't be shared from the other side of the argument because the NFL will call someone out, or they will dismiss that person, or they will say, oh, we don't stand in line with the ideas of this. Well, Brian Urlacher, what he said, and the Chicago Bears had to distance themselves from Brian Urlacher because he had the wrong thing. That is the type of shit that annoys me. So I don't hear the Dallas Cowboys making a statement on behalf of them saying we don't agree with the things that Troy Aikman said, because in the world of Twitter, in the woke world we live in, these types of things are okay. But when someone like Brian Urlacher has an opinion, suddenly the NFL and the Chicago Bears have to distance themselves from it. And it's absolutely ridiculous. And that is the hypocrisy I'm sick of. In isolation, Troy Aikman can say whatever he wants. But in the reality of the real world we live in, there is a double standard. And that is what I get frustrated with. Now, thank you guys for supporting this channel. We've had a lot of great growth over the last several months. We're closing in on 75,000 subs. That is incredible. So if you do like the content we have here, please subscribe to the channel. Yes, we cover sports. Yes, we are frustrated with what's going on in the world of sports, and we're calling a lot of that out, but we do cover sports here as well. So make sure you click that notification bell if you're subscribed so you can get all the uploads that we have on this channel, whether it be us calling out the woke media calling out the NBA for their collapse in ratings, or simply just covering, the statistics and the coverage of each game, our predictions, or our recaps of the NFL weekend. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.